What's up, guys? My name is Michael Jin, and I am a personal trainer at the Campus Wellness Recreation Center at the University of Houston. I'm also the head powerlifting coach for the University of Houston team, and I've squatted over a 3 times body weight lift, and I've also been powerlifting for several years now, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of my experience.
Hey guys, my name is Matthew Snonikon. I am the assistant coach of the University of Houston powerlifting team. I've been lifting for a little over 3 years now, and at 145 pounds body weight, I've been able to manage an over 400 pound squat and an over 500 pound deadlift.
So something that we wanted to cover with you guys in our lecture is programming for your clients and just being able to make general progress. Guidelines that we've kind of established for you guys is teaching you guys what it means to be a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced lifter. For beginners, it would be someone that can set a PR every session, PR meaning personal record, or being able to have added weight to what you have been able to hit previously. Intermediates, having to have periodized adaptations to make progress, so something a little bit more long-term, not being able to make session-to-session progress. And then something for ourselves, more of advanced lifters who have to make long-term block periodizations, which is something we'll talk about in our lecture, and addressing weaknesses just in order to make progress in general.
And a few other topics we want to go over is lifting psychology, so just how to deal with certain lifters who might be antsy in the gym, might need more confidence, and et cetera, when to test 1 rep maxes. Typically, a fresher athlete and someone who's new to strength training will be able to hit a PR, new 1 rep max every few weeks, but someone who's more advanced will need maybe a few months to hit new PRs. When to add weight, just a good rule of thumb is to try and follow linear periodization as much as you can, just adding weight each time. But once you can't add weight anymore, maybe you add more volume, change up your sets and reps. It differs from person to person, from client to client. Exercise selection, you want to keep it very simple for your lifters and only incorporate different variations whenever they need to, such as high bar squats if they need to work on their quad weaknesses, or if their hamstrings are weak, maybe do some stiff-legged deadlifts. Bar speed and sticking points, every lifter is going to be different, so some people might have a wide stance squat or a close stance squat, wide grip bench or a close grip bench, and that'll make them faster or slower out of the bottom of the squat, or faster or slower off their chest and at lockout in the bench press.
So all these things are important when we discuss programming, and programming doesn't just entail what you're doing in the gym, whether it's how many sets and reps you're doing and what exercise you're doing, but it's also what you do outside of the gym. And that's something that us as trainers want to emphasize to our clients, is that the recovery aspect, the warming up aspect is extremely important in order to make that progress. Whether if it's in terms of warming up, doing proper mobility work such as using foam rollers, having resistance bands, and teaching our clients how to just stretch out properly so that they're able to get into those positions that they need to be in prior to actually putting on weight and putting weight on their back. Things like diet and recovery, so making sure your clients are aware of what proper nutrition is, being able to make sure to recommend that they get enough sleep for adequate recovery, and stress management, because many of our clients are going to be stressed out with school, with work, and being able to just balance and manage those while making progress in their programming, and just kind of overall watching how their fatigue is week to week. And then off of that, we go into the different phases of programming. Something that many of you guys will be familiar with is percentage-based programming. So this one is where you have a 1 rep max estimated or whether tested, and you basically put in a number and the programming gives you set weights to do based off of that 1 rep max. So for example, 4 sets of 6 at 70% of your max for that day's workout. There are many different styles of programming, and we also work with RPE programming.
Well, RPE means rate of perceived exertion, and you go off of a 10 unit of measurement scale. And what it does is it measures how you're feeling or how a certain set is feeling on that day, given whatever outside circumstances might be happening in your life. And it goes along with the stress management we're talking about. So for example, an RPE 7 means you would subtract 7 from 10, and means you have 3 reps left in the tank, approximately. Then RPE 8, approximately 2 reps left in the tank, then 9 and 10. 10 would be a maximal effort, most likely hitting some kind of a PR at that time. DUP, daily undulating periodization, is more of a methodology or philosophy that we like to use for our lifters. You can use for your clients. There's many different ways. There's Bulgarian methods, there's the Russian to Chinese. All of them give world-class lifters. It just depends on your style. But what DUP does is it has more or less a strength day, a hypertrophy day, and then like power day. So for example, like a 3s, 5s, and 7s different days, just so that your lifters can be exposed to the different training variables without being stale in one or the other. And then block periodization, that's just a way to, I guess, properly manage the different periods that your lifter is in. So for example, you maybe do a hypertrophy phase first, build muscle, then a strength phase, and then a peaking phase so that they can really hit those 1 rep maxes nice and solid.
Exactly, and regardless of whether your clients are athletes or not, or regardless of whether you're a trainer or a coach, I think these are principles that can apply to anybody, and that's kind of why we want to share programming principles with you guys. It's something that's still new in the community. A lot of people in the fitness community just go off of kind of bread and butter programming, and instead we want to give you guys the tools to be able to implement these strategies into your clients, and just you'll be able to use any of these protocols in order to continue to make progress. So we're excited to seeing you guys and teaching you guys a thing or two. Thank you for watching.